Hello and welcome to another episode of the Smash Accept podcast. I'm your host, Michael Royer. You can find me on Twitter at Dynasty Dad FF. Joined as always by my main man at FF Snoog. And you see him on the bottom. You see the mustache. You see the little bit of Letty going there. It's Trade Show Tuesday. I'm pumped. I know you guys are pumped. There's guys that are already in here asking questions. And Broc, I mean, this is a big time show. I feel like the second week after the Super Bowl, everybody's coming out of the woodworks. My leagues are all getting much more active, much more trades. And it's been a fun time of year so far.
Yeah, it's ramping up, especially Combine starting here in a couple days. Me and Snoog have been grinding behind the scenes on our rookie guide with the rookie hype and everything, brings people out of the woodworks, those people that maybe took a January, early February off. But now we're going to go ahead and start seeing these guys running around in their underwear, see how fast they run, see how much they can bench, see them run some drills. No pads on, obviously, but it gets people excited, talking about these prospects through the whole process. We got pro days coming in a few weeks, and then obviously the draft here in 2 months' time. So real excited for this show. Snoog, I'll kick this one over here to you. How we feeling tonight?
Feeling good. I always love Combine Week. I'm really excited to see, a lot of these wide receivers that are participating, because typically the top-end guys don't participate in the drills. Expected to see Carnell Tate and Mekhi Lemon out there, so I'm really excited about that part. But yeah, I mean, it's the best time of the year right now. We got rookie drafts starting to, get closer and closer. People are coming out of hibernation mode. I got leagues really kind of firing things up. Startups are going. So there's no better time for the Trade Show Tuesday to have a kick-ass night. So I'm ready for it.
Absolutely. And I'm super excited about it. I mean, Broc, you said it where it was trying to explain what the Combine is to my girlfriend. It's like all the guys getting together in their underwear running around. Yeah. You're like, sounds interesting for all you females out there. But you know what else is interesting? We're super excited about it. Tonight, we're going to give away VIP Patreon memberships into the Discord. If we hit 5, 10, and 15 super chats, we've already gotten 3 and we haven't even started. If we hit 20 tonight, we're going to do something special. So Snoog and I are starting a little side project, very much like Trade Show Tuesday. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to try roster review Thursdays. So many of you guys have been reaching out. Snoog and I are like drowning in roster reviews, and we're like, let's put it together. Let's make it on the show. You guys want to hear how we break down trades. Now you want to hear how we break down rosters. And Snoog, I mean, we put this out there. We had like 20 of them before we even knew what was going on. Everybody's excited about it. If you guys want to come in, get your roster review, you can jump in there with the super chats. Or if you want to get it, on as we have the show, we're going to continue to go, but something that's exciting that we're going to be trying new.
Yeah, I'm real excited about this one. I mean, there's just so many different types of rosters, types of leagues, types of players out there. So we're excited just to look through all the different builds, help kind of construct trades, look through the leagues. We're going to be grabbing league IDs, pulling it up on Data Lab or Keep Trade Cut, and just like breaking down the league, right? Just looking at kind of where you sit compared to your league mates, how we can make your team better, how we can take it to the top, or make it the worst team so we can lock in Jeremiah Smith. So I'm real excited about these. Roster reviews have been a thing that we've been doing to try to, build a brand and help you guys out as much as we can. So we're going to turn it into a show like we did with the trades.
And talking about, getting that first overall pick, our first 5 trade shows tonight all involve the 101 this year. So let's take it away. My man, Broc.
All right. Trade one here coming from a Carl B submitted to the Discord. We got Bijan or Jeremiah Love and a mid-27 first. Snoog, we'll start with you on this one with the throwback Gurley jersey on. Love it. We like Bijan or Love in a mid-27 first.
I got that throwback St. Louis Rams Todd Gurley. Gotta represent the dog. I think Jeremiah Love is an elite caliber prospect. Getting a mid-27 first to insulate back off Bijan Robinson. I'm doing it. I think he's going to get a really good situation. Any of the teams in the top 10 that draft him, to me, is a good situation. So I'm all over, insulating off Gibbs, Bijan, going back to Love, getting a pick on top, getting that mid-27 first, could be early. That's just a juicy, insulated move to make. And I think Jeremiah Love is going to set himself really close to being a late first-round startup pick after a year or two in the league.
Yeah, what's really interesting here is Jeremiah Love, even if he goes to the Saints, if he goes to the Titans, if he goes to the Commanders, he's going to be great. If he goes to the Chiefs, he could blow the world on fire. This could be absolute crazy. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, well, you could have a boat or you could have the mystery box. Jeremiah Love, we are that confident that he is going to be a top 3 or 4 running back. You're getting younger. Bijan is phenomenal, right? what we always say is we want to insulate into the next move. If you made Bijan for Genty and a mid-26 first, it wouldn't have been the same. But now we're talking about a same level talent as Genty, but you're getting a mid-27 first. Make sure it's mid, because if it's late, I don't like it at all. And I think that's really the key to it all, is just diagnosing these trades, making sure you know what you have there in front of you. But I really like this one. I think this is an opportunity where if you're all in, I don't mind Bijan there, but I think Jeremiah Love is the clear winner here. And I love that we're finally back on not only YouTube, but we are back on Twitter when it comes to the trade shows, because a lot of times you guys have been like, we haven't been able to see you lately. So StreamYard's got that firing back up. Let's hit the super chats here, because we have quite a few.
All right. First one coming from
Broc, without further ado,
what are we drinking?
Excited about the Thursday.
What are we drinking?
Yo, Midnight Cherry from C4.
Ooh.
All right. This one's a banger. This one, like around me, you can only get it at one place. So, Midnight Cherry.
They got exclusives. They got exclusives for each store you can get them at.
Hey, I'm a bit of a fiend. I'm going to go around looking for the best deals. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Like, it's one thing to order them off the website, but there's just something about going in to the convenience store when you see that 2 for $5 and you're like, let's pop the top on one of these bets.
You got to find them in the wild for sure. Domi and Nucci coming through. Appreciate it here, Domian. What's the most you would give for the 101? He's got 102 currently. Also, Bucky and Judkins. Is one of those in 102 too much for the 101? And if so, how much more on top of the 102 would you pay for that pick, Dad? What do you think here? Is that too much? Bucky and Judkins plus 102 for Love?
Yeah. I mean, I think the tier right underneath them. So, like, I would trade potentially 102 and like Scatabo, I think would be the line for me, because I do think we're talking about somebody that's generational here. So like taking someone that's in that 106 to 108 range. I have Bucky and Judkins both in them more like that 105, but taking 102 and Saquon if you're really trying to get the right way. Or I think we always talk about we want to be insulated. So I mean, I have a hard time if you have 2 stud running backs here. It's tough to just move up. Like I would add to Judkins and possibly. I mean, it's a really tricky trade, because I think right now you have 2 really good running backs, right? And if you need the quarterback, you need the wide receiver. I don't see 100% need for it, because I feel like it's gonna burn you a little bit. But I mean, if you want to go Judkins, Bucky, and a late first, or 102 and a mid first this year, I'm perfectly fine on top of that.
Yeah, I agree there. I mean, it's always tough to give up, those picks in these type of situations, but you have good RBs to me as is. Like I see you have 102. To me, that's your locking in Lemon or Tate. You got Bucky and Judkins here. I mean, I'm not giving that up. I think it's a good trade for Jeremiah Love for how elite he's going to be, but you're giving up an RB1 and a wide receiver 1, both in the top 10 at their positions. I'm just not doing it. I think it's too rich. If it was like a start 10 man league, maybe I'd consider this, but in any like the 12, 14 team formats, I'm just not doing a trade like this. It's just too much to give up when we've seen like every year the 101 and the 102 or 101 and 103. It always ends up closing after the season starts, the gap. So,
dude, I love these. Brandon Newt says, to the best fantasy guys in the business, can't wait for roster review Thursday. We can't wait to do that too. Like when Snoog and I get into these roster reviews, we really we grade it all out. We break it down. We get excited because it's literally the same kind of things that we would do for our roster. So thank you so much for the super chat there. I have a ton of trades here that involve this 101. And Broc, I mean, if you earn the 101, you deserve it, right? Like we talk about how do you make these moves. So let's take a look at a couple more of these 101 trades.
All right, we'll hit a few of these, pop back into the super chat. Well, this one coming from Nacho812, submitted through YouTube. He said he's rebuilding right now. Should he take Jeremiah Love at 101 or trade that pick for 2 top 5 projected picks next year? Dad's got the bell ready. Let's hear it, Dad. I'm taking those 2 top 5.
Especially if I'm rebuilding, right? If these are both projected top 5, I mean, that top 5 is absolutely juicy. Jeremiah Smith is considerably over Jeremiah Love. Arch Manning's up in there. You're going to have Dante Moore. Ahmad Hardy looks unbelievable. Like, I'm not even sure that he's not better than Jeremiah Love. And I see a lot of Ash and Genty in him. I mean, the class is loaded If you give me 2 of these guys, the best part about that, Brock, is if you're rebuilding, Jeremiah Love is preventing you from getting the 101 next year. Liquid 227 first, you're locking it in, man. You are getting that 27 first. You're going to be in good shape where both of those are there. And assuming you have your own since you're rebuilding, then you're going to rebuild with Smith instead of Love. And if I got to choose between the 2 prospects, it's Smith as much as we love Love.
As much as we love Love, we got to go with the other Jeremiah.
We love
I
Love,
agree there.
but Jeremiah Smith is the right Jeremiah.
Yeah. All right. This one coming from Stephen Ogwin. Sorry if I butchered that, Stephen. Coming from YouTube. Another rebuilding team, the 101 or 3 random. Now, Dad, two top 5 aren't.
I'm going 3 random first over any running back. I'm going 3 random first over Gibbs. You maybe Bijan, but I mean, I feel like I'm definitely there. We got Brock frozen in it because he was so good, but like I don't.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yep.
Yeah, I think Bijan's the only in 2026, right? This is what's crazy to me. So if you were saying 3 firsts, random 2026 firsts last year for Bijan, I would have been like, get out of here. I'm not getting rid of him, right? But you tell me 3 random 27 firsts. I mean, we got Frazier in that class. We got Brown. We got Lacey. There's 4 running backs who I feel like are potentially S-tier level running backs. If you can get those guys, you just got to do it, Snoog. I mean, like, I understand that Jeremiah Love's right here, but like, there's a real chance if they're random. Like right now, Nate Frazier is going, like he would be projected like 1.9, 110. You know, like you're going to get 3 level guys, and 2 of them will probably be running backs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking this again. Like that class, you want to just be invested in it. We've said it so many times on the show. I'm not going to beat the drum too much, but I mean, if you've watched our latest YouTube show on why we're investing into this class, why it's so special, you'd understand. So make sure you check that out if you aren't invested into that 27 class yet. But all you got to do is literally type in 27 rookie pick on Twitter, and you'll get like a million different tweets telling you why it's an elite class. And you can look through it yourself, do your own research. Or you could trust our research because we've had some pretty crazy hit rates on rookies. So definitely something that you want to be invested in.
Go ahead over there and type it on YouTube. That's the most searched one, and the one right now that pops up first when you do a YouTube search is our 27 first preview, and that's been fantastic. And I think this class is going to put you on the map. Like everybody was talking about in 2023, this is where insulation at Smash Accept became huge because we were talking about trade this player for this player plus a first. And those firsts end up being worth more than that player. And I think if you tell me there's like 12 guys that I don't think are going to be worth more than a mid 27 first once we get into next year. That's about it. You know, like, so if you're insulating down, tear down just a little bit, get it if you can. Most of you guys are savvy enough to know that that's not the way we're doing it. I know the Smash Accept guys are definitely that way. So go ahead. We got one here from someone that's in the Discord themselves. Hey, Brock's frozen again. Yeah, so hey, I've hosted a couple times in my life, so let's see what we have here. We got a 14-team league, while in contention. Puka for 2 early. Sorry, Brock, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there, but Puka for 2 early to mid 27 first and a late, and then an early 28 first. So this looks like 4 first.
Gosh, this is.
Yeah. So in the days of, we say that like Josh Allen was worth 4 first, right? But he's not worth 427 first. That's just it, right? Because if you get 4 of them, you're probably going to get Thayen, Moore, or Arch. You're going to get at least 1 or 2 of them, and then it's not worth it. So for this one, absolute smash. Go ahead there and give up Puka, as weird as that sounds. Go ahead, Brock. I'm going to relinquish it back over to you.
Appreciate it. We got Chris with a fish coming through. He said, for the love of the game, but stop making it so difficult to acquire these 27 first.
Sorry, Chris. You know,
they must be so hard to get in the Smash leagues. I was thinking about that. Like they're probably like no one's trading them.
I mean, I'm in 22 of them, and I can't get any. I got them in the startups, but like we've created such a buzz around it. You go to a guy in any of those leagues, you know, and they're sharp leagues, and you're like, all right, I'm trying to get this player, and they're like, I want your 27 first, and you're like, dude, I'm talking about Jacoby Myers. Don't try to let's not incorporate the 27 first in here. And everybody's gotten a little bit like hungry for him to the point where sometimes they're worth too much. And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah. All right, Darth Twerk. Haven't seen Darth in a while. Appreciate you sliding on through. He's asking Burden and the 203 or Loveland and a half-point tight end premium. We on the Loveland side, Dad?
Loveland. As long as it's tight end premium, I mean, Loveland should be looked at as 102 in value, and Burden's more that 105, 106 range. The 203 in this year's class, I'm not all that excited for right now.
Yeah, where did Loveland go in your most recent startup?
Middle of the third.
302. He went 210 in our 500 in our $500 startup. 0.75.
Well, it is 0.75.
He went 210. I thought I was gonna get him at the 302, and didn't happen. He got absolutely snagged in the second round, and I think Warren and Fannin are still on the board, and it's the 5th round.
Look at this, Darth's double dip, and he's trying to get that access point into you're basically, if you come in, you get a $2 super chat in today, $5 super chat, whatever it is, you're potentially getting a $60 value of what's going to happen on Thursday. So we're excited for that. Go ahead.
All right, this one he's asking Garrett Wilson or the 105 and a 27-second Snoog. You think this one's on par? Are we taking Garrett Wilson here?
The only way I would consider not taking Garrett Wilson is if for some reason the person in your league hates Carnell Tatum or Kyle Lemon, and even with a good landing spot, they fell a ton. But I think even then, it's still you leading Garrett Wilson. Like, there's nobody as talented as him in this spot.
We've now gotten to a point here where, to me, I think Mendoza's locked in at the 2, but that's going to change a little bit. But the 3 and 4, it's a two-man race right now. It's Lemon and it's Tate, and I think Tyson, as good as he is, the fact that he's not going to run at the combine, that he's not going to do at the things at the combine, people are like, they're going to remember about the injuries. So as good as he is, I think he's going to be a value. I think some drafts he's going to fall to like 106 because people are just going to try to throw Sadiq in there. I think Jordan Tyson's going to end up being a really good value. So, but even here, I mean, I have Garrett Wilson over the 104, so I'm not doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Main Mac with the next super chat. He said, "For the love of the game, hashtag smash accept 21." Is it called the Bush Light League?
No, it's 21 and over. You know what I mean? Main Mac, I got your 27 first. So like, hey, we're gonna. That's what I love. I know we're making it happen over there.
All right. Bow Sports with the next super chat. Appreciate it here. He said, a tight end premium league. We got one side McBride and Ramondre, other side the 104 and early to mid 27 first, and Isaiah Likely. So Dad, we'll start with that one first. McBride and Ramondre, 104 early mid and Likely.
I'm sorry, but it's got to be the 104 side. Yeah, I mean, I love Trey McBride, I really do. But if that's early to mid, I mean, the 104. If this is what I'm doing with this, is I'm taking the 104, and if I don't like who's there, I'm flipping it for Warren or I'm flipping it for Fannin, and then I still have the tight end that goes into that place. Then I have the insulation with the other one. I mean, if it's an early 27 first, it's going to be worth more than McBride by next year. The second part of this, I'm doing this everywhere I can. Henderson it has to be at least mid-ish. As long as it's not the 11 or the 12, I'm trading Travion Henderson. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, I think you're going to get – I would like to see it. If it's early to mid, I'm smashing it. If it's mid, I would want you to throw in a Dylan Sampson. If it's late, I would want you to throw in a Chuba Hubbard type. You know what I mean? And get yourself something else there. But we really like great shows from you guys. I appreciate that. Snoog, I know you're a little bit bigger on Henderson, but I mean, like, put him into perspective for 2027 if you were drafting today, right? And that's your asset for 2027. Where does he rank in that class? And for me, it's 1.8, 1.9.
Yeah, he'd definitely be in that mid to late first range. I mean, he'd probably be RB3 in that class coming out. It's tough because he just had a good, like, everyone's kind of down on him right now because of the playoff stretch and stuff, but we can't take away like 900 yards, 10 touchdowns just in the ground game alone. Like, that's a special rookie season for a running back. Like, that was like Gibbs territory his rookie year. It was obviously not as good. He's not even close to Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's in good territory right now. He's a good talent. He's a good player. He's good in the receiving game. He can develop. He can become better. So I still think he's a good buy right now, but I would prefer 104 at this point.
Yeah. We got Holy Smokes coming through. It's like clockwork every week with the Broc stash message. Appreciate you, Holy Smokes. We got a year 2 rebuild. His quarterbacks are May. His running backs same plural stuff, but we only got singular here. Receivers, Ladin Olave, Kincaid at tight end. So we got a pretty barren roster right now, but he's got the 101 and 106 and 4 picks next year. Dad, who should he hold? Who should he sell? He's got a couple players, mostly picks, 6 in the next 2 drafts. What should he do here?
Yeah, you're not holding anybody. Right now you have honestly, no, you have 427 first. You got the 101 and the 106. That's 6 assets. You got Lad, Olave, May. I mean, if you're talking about a super flex, I'm tearing off of May and I'm trying to get something plus of 27 first if you can. I'm trying to if I'm holding ETN or Tootin, but if ETN walks, I'm flipping Tootin as quick as I can. I'm trying to just tear back, like we're looking at this 101, treat it like a gold mine that it is, and the trickiest part is we talk about insulating, we talk about moving back, but most guys are holding on to their 27 first as if they're already elite, and I understand that, but at the same time, it's very tough to accumulate. I'm trying to just build this out, right? When we rebuild, we talk about build it out before you build it up. This is a very shallow team. What I would like to see you do is make some trades where even if you give up Drake May for, Trevor Lawrence and Tedroy McMillan, or you go out there and you get 2 assets or maybe plus a pick. You go out and you just keep building this out. And then when you get to 2027, you use 2027 first to fill in the cracks and kind of build that way. That's how I really like to look at rebuilds, and we've really adapted towards that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Like that strategy, ETN kicks the tires.
Great for Caleb, Daniels,
big.
Tear down to those guys.
Exactly. Yeah, I honestly think for as much of a Patriots Drake May fan I am, like he's such a sell in Dynasty with just where he's being. Like he's like being viewed as like the 101 or like the clear 102. It's like, yeah, he should be there, but I'm fine taking Daniels, Caleb at 27 first on top, Burrow, Herbert, 27 first plus on top. It's just the right process to do it. Unless they can build around him and give him like elite weapons, then yeah, sure. But the weapons are awful. Like they need to figure that part out for him to really take the next step, I think, from a fantasy football perspective.
I've almost considered, because like Josh Allen almost should be by himself at this point, because that next tier down is Caleb, Lamar, Daniels. I almost feel like Drake is closer to that. You know what I mean? And I think in most of the industry, you can get Herbert plus a first. You can get Caleb plus a first. You can get Daniels plus maybe a late first. That's just the way I'm trying to handle it. Keep building that thing out.
Yeah. Main Mac back with another super chat here. Appreciate it here, Main. We got a 1 quarterback league, but 6-point passing touchdown. We got Jaden and Travis in a 2027 first, or Herbert, Nico, 27 second. Snoog, what do you like on this one?
Ooh, this one's interesting. I'm going to go Herbert and Nico. This is really close, though. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Hunter, 27 first over Nico. Daniels over Herbert in the second. Yeah. I had to I was getting a little bit of dyslexia reading that. Yeah. I'm smashing that.
Yeah, 100%.
Doof coming in with the super chat. Appreciate it, Doof. He said, can we get Snoog and Broc to swap facial hair? Doof, if we do that, we just look like Dad. He's got the mustache and the beard.
I got it all. I put it together. Yo, I'll make an edit for that for you. That'll be pretty sick.
All right. This super chat coming from Boubier. I remember the name from last week. Appreciate it here, Boubier. Looking to tear down off of one of JSN or Puka to better his RB room. He's got 3 offers right now. So the first one, 101, 106, Troy Franklin, or CD, Bucky, or London, and 105. Those look like some great packages right there. Dad, which one would you tear off of? Would you do some for both of these players? What are you doing with this situation?
I don't think it really is a big difference of tearing off JSN or Puka. It's just your own personal preference. It's whatever you get more for him in the trade. I have JSN 1 spot above. I actually currently have a JSN, Jamar Chase, and then Puka, but they're all in the same tier. The 101, 106 is interesting. The Bucky, Lamb, I mean, these are all good.
Dude, I would low-key do both of these for tear down off both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting the 101, 106. I look at CD equal to the 101, and I have Bucky higher than the 106. So my favorite out of this is CD and Bucky. If this was Drake and 104, I'd smash it that way. But I mean, I think I like the CD and Bucky. You CeeDee Lamb. If George Pickens walks, CeeDee Lamb jumps right back up into that tier. Like he's going to be right back there. I mean, Snoog, do you want 101, 106, or do you want CD and Bucky?
Yeah, I was looking at this real tough. I do want the CD and Bucky side here slightly. If you make that 105, it switches like that for me.
Or if you go to somebody and you say, hey, I got the 106, can I get Olave if I give you the 106 and Troy Franklin, and try to get ahead of it?
I have the 106 in like probably 4 leagues, and I've tried to get into the top 5, and it's like,
you can't.
The only thing people are saying literally, if you give me a 27 first on top, I'll do it. And I'm like, what?
Because so I put a thread out today. It was like, if you can get into the top 5, do it, but good luck. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. Everybody realizes 106 to 112 in this class is really difficult. Yes, there's going to be Jonah Coleman's going to go to a good landing spot. Sadiq's going to be fine. Boston's going to go round 1. It's going to be fine. But everybody knows it's a clear-cut top 5. And, I mean, Snoog, what would have to happen for someone to say that they get into that tier? I can't fathom a scenario that would be that unless it's like Boston to the Bills. And even that, I don't love Boston enough to be like, oh, he's the same tier as those other guys. Maybe Omar Cooper to the Bills, right, Snoog? Like,
that'd be real fun.
Right?
That'll be real fun.
All right, Bodie with his own custom logo. Love it. Bodie Satva with the super chat. He said, sup, boys. Negotiating with Dad all week and love it. Back and forth, but couldn't show all his cards. You can't give him a peek
right now.
You can't give him a peek at the cards, Bodie. Keep those close to your chest. But a new one here, Caleb, James Cook, and DeAndre Swift for Shuck 103 and his own 27 first that he'd be trading away. Looking forward to more business, Dad. What do we think on this one, Dad? Trading your own 27 first. You're getting back Caleb, Cook, and Swift.
This is tough because I have Dart, Shuck, Kyler, Willis, and then I have my wide receivers filled out with Rice and Tet, and then I have running backs from last year's class, and then I have 101, 102, 103, 105, 107, 108, and 6 or 7 27 first. So everybody wants their 27 first back, right? Like this is why we talk about this 2 years out, right? It's like the last year people were like, oh, I'll give you my 27. That's 2 years down the road. That's why we have a bunch of these. He came into the orphan. So it's like, I want you guys to break it down because for me, I think I've told you guys this last week on the show is if somebody wants their 27 first, I treat it like it's top 5, because it could legitimately be number 1 overall. Snoog, look at the trade first as if it was mid and then assess it as if it was early.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was the trade you did, right, with him? You guys ended up you didn't end up getting
we didn't do it. He's proposing it right now.
Okay, so he's just trying to say, okay, so I mean, Caleb Cook, Swift, Shuck 103, 101. It's going to be the 101 probably in 2027. He's getting his pick back. So I think that 101 will be like right there with Caleb, if not like slightly maybe behind, maybe above. It depends. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, Marv had first round startup value as a rookie. So I think Jeremiah Smith's probably going to be right in that range, if not higher, probably should be higher. And then it's Cook, Swift for Shuck the 103. That's tough. I'm taking the Caleb side because if you don't do this, it's probably mid to late. But for him, it's a win because he gets his first back. So at face value, I think you crush him, Dad. But he gets his pick back, so it ends up being really fair, in my opinion. That's how I look at it.
So you would trade the 103 for James Cook?
No. I'm also not a big James Cook fan.
I know.
But that's the part that evens it out, because if that's mid to late, then Caleb equals the first alone.
This is what I want to talk about. And Brock, I mean, I feel Bodie, awesome guy, and there's another guy in there that also same. He took over an orphan and I own his 27 first. Is there a spot where it's like, if they keep coming to you, Brock, and they're like, you own both their first. So let's say you own Snoog and I's first, and we keep coming to you and you're like, no, I'm keeping it. No, I'm keeping it. No, I'm keeping it. Like, you want to promote trades. You want to promote value. You want to keep going, but it's like, you don't want to burn yourself because you're like, oh my gosh, that could be Jeremiah Smith because that's what they want to turn it into. But if you keep holding it ransom, you start to really affect future trades as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always tricky in that sense, but I'm assuming even, in your position too, where you're running the leagues, you're the face of the show, you're in these smash leagues. It's like you want to see the league have fun. You want to see the league keep going. And so you probably maybe want to lean to do the trade, even if it'll better the league, maybe hurt your team a little. But at the end of the day, I think exactly what Snoog said is spot on. Because if you don't do the trade, it's not going to be 101. But in your mind, it has to be, because if you give it to them, that's what it will
if you give it to them, that's what they want to do. So.
Exactly. Right, so those trades are always tricky.
3 more super chats, and then we're going to actually get to the show. I think we're on trade 4 on the show itself. So this is awesome. Keep them
All right,
coming.
we'll run through these, and then we did skip one, Dynasty JB, right above Doof's message. We can hit that one right after this one. This super chat coming from a Mostly 12. Appreciate the super chat. He said, CD, Tet, and Marv for JSN and Genty. His team's loaded. He'd still have Puka, Garrett Wilson, Neighbors, Brees, Javante, ETN, and Jeremiah Love because he has the 101 Snoog. So what do we like in that 3 for 2?
Oof, that's crazy, because I think this could go either way. I also think if Genty comes out and throws up like a 300-plus point season, that the right side wins by a lot. And it's like you need Marv and Tet to be – one of them needs to be an absolute like top 8 stud, because JSN's over CD by a good amount now, and Genty's above both of those other two singly by a lot. I think I'm going to take the JSN side. I like it if I'm rebuilding, though. I like the CD side if I can get a 1-2 flop or some type of like early second involved. But at face value, shake the cowbell.
I agree with you that it is JSN Genty. I definitely disagree that if it's the rebuild side, Marv is scary as hell. If you're rebuilding, you're like JSN and Genty are as locked in as you can possibly get. And the only way I'm dealing them is if I'm getting something that I know is 100%. I love this trade. I'm going here. I'm going there, getting the 2 studs.
All right, this one coming from a Dynasty JB. Sorry about that, Dynasty. We're on it now. 12 team Superflex, half-point PPR. Should he trade Neighbors, Burden, and Baker for London, a top 4 pick next year, and Trevor Lawrence? He currently has the Burrow Chase stack, Hampton, Henderson, Scadaboo, Tet, Olave, BTJ. You like this one?
Do it. So the way I look at this is I think I mean I like London a lot. And I think London and a top 4, if it's truly top 4, London and the top 4 equal Neighbors and Burden, or Neighbors and Baker, whichever way you want to do it. And I like T-Law so much, I like him better than whatever.
Baker or Burden.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like I think T-Law is worth like the 102, where the other guys are more like 105, 109. So I think you're making out really well there if you get the London 27 first and Lawrence. And I keep telling people, Lawrence is such a value buy. Like I've had so many people talk to me on Twitter and they're like, Dad, I can't believe you're high on Trevor Lawrence. It's been a flake. That was a fluke 10-game stretch. It's a fluke 10-game stretch that was 10 straight games with a new offensive coordinator who's a brilliant offensive mind. I mean, sometimes it just clicks, and that's where it is. We're not talking about a fluke 10-game stretch of, some running back who's a flash in the pan like Zamir White. We're talking about Trevor. Dude, you guys remember Zamir White? Zeus?
Yep.
Zeus. Michael Wilson stretch.
Oh,
right. Whoa. Like that. Whoa. Hey, people are going to get mad at us.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Right,
you agree on that one, Snoog? London side?
Yeah.
All right. Doof back with another one here. Curious how often you go into a rookie draft with no picks, no firsts, no seconds, no even late picks, Dad. Has this ever happened to you?
Yes.
It sucks when it does.
Like it does, but that because you're almost like, right? It's like you get a raise every year, but then you skip a year and then you try to catch up to it financially, right? Like I'm like, oh, how do I make that back? And that's why I'm always trying to insulate, and that's where things move. But I mean, I believe I won Smash 14, 15, and 16, which were all 3 startups last year, and I'm out of picks on all of them. Like I burnt the end of my stash on all of them because I had to make it work. I had to like try to get in. I had to win the championship. But I don't like doing it. I mean, I love going into the season where I'm loaded with picks and have tons of opportunities, but Snoog and I have done drafts where we have nothing there, and it's painful.
Yeah, it's sometimes you get caught away with really good teams trying to build out your bench, getting like Camaras, Tyreek Hills, and Mixons and those type of guys. Like when they were in that second round range, you burn through your picks, right? Like I've had tons of these situations where I'm in that that spot where it's like, crap, I have no picks for this rookie draft, but you're damn well right. The FOMO hits me just like it hits every single person listening to this stream right now. And I'm on the phones right away trying to get trades, trying to get picks, to acquire, to take rookies, because everybody doesn't want to miss out on rookie drafts.
Yeah. Crazy Connor here with a for love of the game. We appreciate it, Connor. You're getting in for that roster review for Thursday. Next one coming from Colin Holman. Appreciate the super chat, Colin. Josh Allen or Daniels, Luther, and a 27 third, Dad. Is this enough?
No.
Yep.
I mean, if rebuilding it, if you make that an early 27 seconds instead of a third, maybe. The gap between Josh Allen and anyone else right now is over a first. I think Luther Burden is good, but I kind of want more. I could see this panning out where Jaden Daniels gets closer to Josh Allen, and this becomes a very fair trade. But I would literally want that to be a 27-1-2 swap or an early 27 second. I don't think you're going to get it, but that's just how I feel. Snoop?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would need to be at least like a late first here or very early second for me to consider it. But I mean, I'm really on the Jaden Daniels buying him wave right now. It's been tough though. It's like people who aren't even considering any discount. Like everyone's just like, down year injury, he'll be back. And it's like, he will. That's why I'm trying to buy.
In a startup, he's going more like 1.8. I mean, he slipped to 202 in Smash.
I got him 202 in the $500 startup.
Yeah. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. We get 2 more super chats. Someone's getting a free roster review on Thursday's show.
All right, trade 4 coming from Max PZ, coming from YouTube. He said, would love to get in a startup with you guys, but wondering how you can analyze these trades without knowing more format or league info. Snoog, I'd say some trades we don't know much, but for the most part, we get at least a roster size, a league size, scoring settings, tight end premium, stuff like that. How much does that help you analyzing a trade rather than if we're going in blind?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly pretty easy, right? Like you look at it from the market value lens, like we know our guys we're going after, our trades, our sells, what that looks like, and who we're actively just trying to buy in general. And we can put that together for you, right? Like you'll have some guys that we're selling, you'll have some guys that we're buying, but we're trying to like find out what the couple pieces are you need to put your team over the top. And if you're rebuilding and stripping it down, it's easy. Go to all the contenders or the fringe contenders that need players to contend and say, look, you need this guy. Here you go. Give me your 27 first. And that's how we kind of construct things, right? Like you can predict and just look at things and be able to put things into perspective of what this team needs to look like, who you need to be going after, and who you need to be selling. So Dad can touch on it too a little bit there, but
no, that's a great question. And to be honest, majority of these are either coming from YouTube where I've already answered them, or they're coming from the Discord where we've also already answered them for these particular people. And when they do that, and this is where you get into the Discord right there, patreon.com/smashaccept. Right now, we're actually doing one of our analysts, Ethan. You got to check him out. He does great work. Ethan Krager. You get 50% off if you put in code Ethan on patreon.com. But I mean, what's happening is someone's going to send me a message and say, like, for instance, we did this one up here where it says rebuilding 2027, the 101 or 3 random 27 first. The rest of it's going to be written out, right? It's going to say 12 team, super flex, 0.25, 0.75 tight end premium. If I mention all that on the show, the actual entertainment value dips hardcore. We're trying to give you ideas for your particular trade. So you know your settings. They're giving us our settings. But if we sit here and literally say, I'm in 3rd place and last year I came in this and this is the rest of my team and this is who I want to, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be entertaining. It's not going to help you out. And that helps them out. And if you want those particular situations where you get helped out, this is your best spot. In the Patreon, Snoog and I are answering questions 24/7. We're here to try to help you guys smash your trades. And sometimes a guy will write me a book like, my mom made meatloaf when I was 7 and I don't like it. So what should I do with Jackson Dart? There'll be this 17-page long thesis statement on why you're making the trade. And that's fine, right? But I'm not going to read that on the show. So great question. Again, code Ethan. Ethan does great work on Twitter. Check him out. This actually helps him out. This helps us out. Go to patreon.com, use his code, get 50% off your first month.
All right. Trade 5 here coming from Castorio. Sorry.
Good luck with
from
that
YouTube. We got a rebuilding team here. One side is Kenneth Walker and Marv. Other side is 2 projected early 27 firsts and Brian Robinson. That one does not seem
Ring
close.
the bell.
Ring her up. Ring her up.
Ring the bell.
But right now, this is someone from YouTube. And again, our first 8 questions are all from YouTube. Their league mates are not tuned into what we're trying to do here at Smash Accept. Somebody out there doesn't understand what 2027 first looked like yet. We're always ahead of the curve. And I think if you watch this show all the time, you'll be like, yeah, well, everybody knows that. Not everybody knows that. You go to your random league and people are like, I've heard 27 is pretty good, but I like Walker. I like Marv. They're both guys that are worth a first. Let's go ahead and do it. You're going to get cooked in that trade.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good one there. Trade 6 here coming from a CMG submitted to YouTube. We got a start 8 league, Lamb and Jonathan Brooks, or Hampton and Jalen Coker. Dad, Lamb or Hampton? Who do you like here?
That's basically what this is. But I mean, I'm low key buying Jonathan Brooks where he can. He's going to be back in time for training camp. They drafted him to be the guy. Rico's gone. Chuba's going to be fine. But this basically becomes Lamb or Hampton. I have Lamb over Hampton, which usually gives you more of a reduced volatility where you have the wide receiver that's better, so you have that upside there. But I have no problem if you really need a running back and you don't believe in Brooks if you want Hampton. It's similar. I have Lamb worth the 101, Hampton worth the 102. It's splitting hairs.
Yep, agree. I'm going to take the Lamb side here, though. I think Lamb is due for a big bounce back.
All right. Brian H. with a super chat here. Appreciate it, Brian. He said, thanks for the great show. Fire Discord.
Damn right he did.
Let Travis Hutter stole Genty's Heisman.
He did. I don't know how Genty didn't win that Heisman, but that's for another day.
Yeah, we won't see those RB stats, I don't think, for a while. Nick Stripe coming through with the super chat. He said, for the love of the game, he has his work cut out for him in Smash 7, but he's excited to see what he can do. Is this a recent orphan?
Yeah. We've honestly, a lot of you guys have been asking, how do I get into a startup with you and Snoog? How do I get into an orphan and pick it up? I can't post them on Twitter anymore because we have such a waiting list for guys that are in. The minute I post something, there's an orphan in there, somebody takes it. So that's just another fringe benefit of being in the Discord, is having opportunities to play in really competitive leagues with us as well. So looks like Colin, who's also in a league with us, has another question.
All right. Appreciate the super chat, Colin. He said, one more question for y'all. Should he sell Mahomes for a 27 mid-first, mid-second, and third in 2028? He already has Jaden and Herbert. So you feeling comfortable selling Mahomes for that, Snoog, if you have those quarterbacks, or are you going to hold them?
Mm-mm. Nope, especially if it's one QB, absolutely. I'm guessing it's super flex. No, sell him during midseason when he's dropping 25 a game with Eric Bieniemy and the new offense, and then you sell him for 2 first plus.
Yeah.
Jack, I'm with you. I mean, if it was a first and you throw me a Darnold type, I would consider it because you at least have a third quarterback. Jack Colavecchio coming in here with the blank statement. He's like, yo, I'm just here for the love of the game. You know what I mean?
He said it.
Yeah. Oh, did he? Okay. All right, cool. We are on to trade number 7. More. We got them heavily YouTube loaded here because we really appreciate what you guys are doing. YouTube, we're on our quest for 10K. So, I mean, honestly, I have that a little bit further on here, but hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, get it out there. We are getting closer and closer to that 10K. That's really our goal by the time we finish next season. So help us get there today.
All right. Trade 7 from Gigandia. We got, do I offer Saquon to get Brian Thomas Jr. back? He's got Genty, Gibbs, and Bijan. That's a great RB room. But should he get rid of Saquon for a receiver, Dad, or would you keep Saquon here?
He has a contending roster. I mean, I like Saquon this year to really bounce back and put up some big numbers. BTJ is very interesting, right? Parker Washington just got paid. Jacoby Myers got paid. Something's got to give here. I mean, honestly, if I'm Buffalo, I'm calling them daily and just harassing them like a crazy ex-girlfriend. Be like, dude, we want BTJ. Take our late first. Just get something done. But I think BTJ is ultimately going to be worth more than Saquon by the end of the year. So if you don't need it and you have 3 studs, I have no problem going BTJ there. I think it's similar value. Both of them are worth in that 108 to 109 range. There's a second BTJ one here that I want Snoog to definitely hammer in on.
All right. This one from Timothy Alexander. He said, BTJ in a random 27 pick or tearing up to Amon-Ra? Snoog, you taking Amon-Ra or the pick?
I'm tearing up,
Thomas?
man. Amon-Ra is so good. I love BTJ. Loved him as a prospect. He was like, I was so excited for him coming out. I was so excited for him after his rookie season. It just doesn't feel like it's going to happen in this offense. Like I don't really know if it was injuries or what, but whatever it was, he just did not look like rookie himself at all in this offense. Right?
Here's the crazy thing. Everybody was like, okay, well, what's the narrative with Trevor Lawrence? Is he only hits the underneath guys, right?
Yeah.
You know, Parker Washington was 4th in the NFL in deep ball targets over 20 plus. So now what the hell's the excuse? You know what I mean? Like the excuse was always going to hit the slants. He's going to hit the short guys. But Parker Washington in a limited role.
Slot fades and stuff. BTJ played a lot of slot his rookie year. That's where it kind of kicks him to the curb. He's kind of that outside decoy now.
It was still Mac Jones.
Yeah, they were down by 30 each game, looking for a top 5 pick, throwing it up to Brian Thomas. I was yapping about this last offseason. It's one of the ones I'll stand on. So trade 9 here coming from C Wild, submitted through YouTube. He said, would you trade 2 mid to early 27 firsts for Drake May? He's currently got Dart and Ward. Dad, is this what you would pay right now? 2 mid to early 27 firsts?
I mean, that's the value, but I mean, if they're truly mid to early, I think Dart is a top 10 quarterback, and I think Cam Ward, like, I feel like you're just taking picks to look sexier on your team, right? Like, you have 2 solid quarterbacks here. I would not go ahead and do that. The value's right. You know, like we say Drake May's worth 3 firsts right now, but I don't think he's worth 2 early 27 firsts. So if these are both mid, it's a fair trade. If they're both early, I think you're getting cooked a little bit, and I don't think you need to do it. I feel like those quarterbacks are good enough. Sometimes we tinker with our roster here, and we just try to make something look sexy. Where on paper you could roll with Ward and Dart, and if Ward doesn't get it done early, trade Ward for Dak plus, and now all of a sudden you still have 2 good quarterbacks. So I don't see a reason for that.
All right, Brian H with another super chat here. Appreciate it, Brian. He said, thanks for the help, Snoog. Traded Warren Addison and a late 27 first for Jefferson and Laporta. Big Jefferson bounce bag. Let's go. I don't know if that was Snoog if you were getting Laporta. No, I'm kidding. That's a good one there.
Yeah, I know. Snoog's he's all about them bounce back guys right there. He's never been a Laporta guy.
Justin Jefferson season, one of the best I've ever seen. Buy him everywhere.
I hope so. Yonder with the next trade. We got Neighbors. I'm assuming since it wasn't a pick yet, Jordan Love in the 102 or Caleb Marv in the 107. Dad, what do you think here?
This is really interesting. I think it's like Neighbors and Caleb. Let's just cross them out because their value is almost identical. I do prefer Caleb, but it's pretty much the same. So then it becomes Marv 107 or Jeremiah or Jordan Love and the 102, and that's Love in the 102. I mean, I think that's that way. I think if you want to do this, trade Love in the 102 for Caleb. I don't want to do it the other way.
Yeah. This trade's coming from further Discord. It's not the closest one. We got Jefferson, Rice, or JSN in 110. Snoog, what do you think?
I'm a gambling man, but I
know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
This is one of those trades that you could do, and you could end up winning by an absolute mile when you look back at it. It's also something you could do. Rashee Rice gets suspended for a full year, and then you're like shooting yourself in the foot, trading away JSN for, Justin Jefferson. But man, that's such a high risk, high reward side. But I'm going to take the JSN side slightly.
I'm taking JSN.
Justin Jefferson's.
He just wanted to yell Justin Jefferson.
But I think Justin Jefferson's probably still the best wide receiver in the NFL when it's all like when it's Chase. I always kind of lean him back and forth with him and Chase.
You got it.
They're still better than Puka. They're still better than JSN to me. Like maybe not for fantasy, but like NFL wise, like Justin Jefferson's above Puka and JSN. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it is.
All right. To Regret 629 with the next super chat. Appreciate it. He said 12 team tight end premium start 10. He's looking to go into a full rebuild. So first trade, Bowers for 227 firsts, and one will be top 3. Second deal, Olave for a 27 mid first and Michael Wilson. Dad, what do you think on that first one? One's top 3.
That's an awesome family photo there. It looks like you guys are at the beach. I just got back from Florida, so I'm missing the sun going from like 88 down to freaking 28 degrees here in Pennsylvania. Second, I mean, the Olave for mid first, I don't even need Michael Wilson in there, so that's a fantastic add-on. I love that. Next thing I'm doing is trying to flip Michael Wilson in a second for another first. With Bowers, I kind of want another tight end thrown in there, even if it's someone that's like Brenton Strange. But I think the value's right. I just don't feel like you have to move Bowers yet. I prefer moving Bowers for Loveland plus, Fannin plus, Warren plus, and going that route. But I mean, if one of them's top 3 and it has a chance to be 101, and the other one, as long as that one, if we're talking 2 mids, I'll take the 2 mids if one of them's top 3 and one of them could be, 105 range. So that's kind of where I'm at there. You want to build out before you build up, but I also want to get a little bit more insulation there with like Snoog. I'm always like, give me Loveland in a first, give me Fannin in a mid first, give me Warren in a mid first, give me who's a guy that's in the late, give me Pitts in an early first, but I don't like just a random and an early.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough with those type of trades, but it's always, I mean, Bowers is the best player that you could ask for at tight end, I think. Like, if everyone's so over like Mendoza and Genty, you better be all over Bowers. And you can build around him. He's so young. Like, but such a
the tricky part is asset. If he's starting his full rebuild, that means he's 2 years away. So if you're doing that, you want to just keep building assets and you want to keep tearing down. But try a Loveland in a 27 first and see what happens. If that don't work, try Fannin and make it early and see what happens.
All right, trade 12 from Lard Boy. We got Marv the 104 and 203 for 201 Mims in a 27 first. Cross out 201, 203. We got Marvin 104 or a 27 first and Mims.
Yeah,
is it a top 3 pick?
This is the opposite. Like the only way I'm doing this is if this is my 27 first and I'm going to lock it in as 101. But it would have to be 101. Well, this is the opposite spectrum. Is like sometimes people are just 201, 203, wipe them out here. But I mean, Mims is nothing at this point. Like he's okay. But you get that 27 first, like that's not the same. Like the 27 first, unless it's top 3, equals the 104. So it's basically a free Marvin Harrison Jr., which is not something you should say in a sentence for a dynasty trade.
Yeah. Trade 13 from J-Rom. We got 108, a 27 first and second for Hampton. And then Tucker, 304, 27 fourth, nothing really there. Snoog, 108 and a 27 first and second or Hampton. What do you like there?
I think that's like the most I'd want to pay for him is like 2 firsts, especially with a 27 involved in there. If it's mid to late, though, I'll take the Hampton side. If that could be top 6, I'm taking the picks pretty easily there, I think.
I think a lot of people do this where they say they're RB needy. You're nothing needy in February. You're just not. Like who knows at 108 Jadarian Price goes to Houston and you go ahead and get him and then you save a 27 first, or on the clock you trade the 108 for Saquon Barkley because somebody wanted to get in and get Casey Concepcion. I don't think you have to trade for starting lineup pieces right now. Like if you're like, oh, I need a running back, you do, but you don't have to trade for it right now. Like you have plenty of flexibility. You have the assets that everybody's going to want. That's the 27 first and the 108. He has Hampton. Hampton's not everybody likes Hampton. You know what I mean? Some teams, some dynasty owners are like, oh, he's just not creative, doesn't get it done.
All right, trade 14 coming from Dynasty Dad League. This one of yours?
Yeah.
We got Malik Willis or Wando Robinson and Romeo Dobbs.
Okay,
I know what you took. You got the Malik side.
So let me share something here with you. No, it's Willis. It's not even close, but let me share something with you. So this is a little bit more like philosophy, how you get trades done and things like this. So he offers this to me and he says, what do you think? And I said, no, I'm going to take it. I like it. Appreciate it. Send it over. But then he comes back to me and says, what if we take Dobbs out and put a 27 third in? So he sends the trade. He said it was Wandale and Dobbs for Willis. And I was like, yeah, I want that trade. I love Malik Willis. Let's get it done. Then he asks me to counter back because he's like, no, I'd rather have the third than Dobbs. I said, no problem. So I send Wandale in the third for Willis. And then he goes dark. And I was like, Hey, what's going on? We still doing this trade? I don't think I want to do this anymore. I was talking to somebody from another podcast, and they don't think this is a good trade. So I think we're done here. That to me is burning bridges. Where I was like, all right, fine. Don't bother offering me another trade. We're done. Like for me, when you do a trade and you literally send it, but then you ask somebody to counter it being slightly different, and then you're like, no, I'm out. Like Broc, help me out with this, because there's certain trades, there's certain things that just bother me. And if you come to a gentleman's agreement on a trade and you kind of do this isn't an egregious trade. This isn't where we're talking about Malik Neighbors for, some rando. We're talking about a trade here that's not horrible. But what do you do in those kind of situations? Because to me, like I was talking about with those 27 firsts, I don't want to burn bridges. I want trade partners. And if you talk to the 22 leagues that I'm in, 95% of them are like, yeah, Dad's cool. We're going to try to make trades. We're going to try to work through this. But then you have those 5% of guys in your leagues where you're like, done with that guy.
Yeah, this is a tricky one here. It was probably just the fact that you agreed to it pretty much immediately. And then he was like, wait, I'm losing this. I can get more. And then maybe he was just in a position where he thought he could kind of marginally make it better, keeping Dobbs, giving the third, yada, yada. But then, yeah, making you send the deal or putting you in a position where you've accepted the deal.
Well, and when you counter,
and then he wants to change
when
it.
you counter on Sleeper, it negates the whole trade. Like, so then it goes back to all on him. So I should have, if that happens to you guys and somebody's like, hey, send this over,
let me take a send it over. Let me take a look at it. Don't say yes.
Counter
in the
it.
Chat.
Send another one. But integrity is so important, right? And when it's integrity and authenticity, it's say what you mean what you say. Snoog and I, when we do trades, I'm not like, oh, no. You want that trade? Let's change it now. You know what I mean? Like those last second tinker trades, people hate those guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like they start to really ruin trades, ruin leagues, and it pisses people off. So there, I'm done.
Yeah. Quick rate here toward the end of the hour. No worries. Boat commish with the next trade. We got Burden in a 28 second or a late 27 first on a rebuilding team. Snoog, what do we like on this?
I'm going Burden. I'm going to make that risky upside play here. Go with Burden. I think by the sounds of it, with polls at the combine and stuff, it seems like DJ Moore is probably out the door. If that happens, it's Burden, Odunze, and Loveland, and I think Burden's better than Rome at this point in time. And I think none of them affect Loveland. I think he's like his own. And then I think like Rome and Luther kind of feed off each other. But Luther's so explosive and dynamic and efficient on low volume. So even if he gets like 7, 8 targets, 6 targets a game, he could still be like a Jameson Williams in this offense.
Yeah, and he got an extra second on there, but
nice.
So that definitely. He asked me. I think I would take Burden over a late 27 first, so it's a free 28 second.
All right, this one coming from Roll Rob through the Discord. Got a 27 1-2 or Brian Thomas and Jalen Warren. Dad, what do you think here?
27-1-2. I sold Warren for a second in 27. 27 seconds are going to be skyrocketing once people realize that there are at least right now. I mean, I can label off like 15 guys that in that class that are going to be worth more than the 110 at least in this year's class. So that's definitely a good trade. And if you can get a 27 first for BTJ, more power to you. It just feels better. Let's rattle these last couple off.
All right. Trade 17 from That's Cheeks. We got Kyler Jamar in the 209 or both Loves and the 27 third. Snoog, what do you think?
It's Jamar, but it's close. It is somewhat close. I think Kyler is going to hit a big value resurgence. I would love to see him go to like Minnesota or something and get a real shot with a real coach with a real offensive mind. Like when he had, Cliff Kingsbury over there in Arizona. He was phenomenal.
Yeah. J-Ron 3 is asking Neighbors, RJ Harvey in the 204 or Tet Brees and the 103. Dad, what do we lean on this?
Tet Brees 103. I think Tet in the 103 over Neighbors because you're going to get Lemon and then Harvey 204 does not equal Brees for me, or it's at least really close.
Yeah. M. Shinamon through the Discords asking Neighbors or the 101 and 227 twos. Snoog, something like this, who do you prefer straight up? And do the seconds even do much for you?
Yeah, it's close. I'm taking Jeremiah Love here. I'm willing to take the gamble, take the 2 extra seconds as depth. I don't love.
It has to be 2 though, not 1, right?
Yeah,
1. I'm keeping Neighbors.
It has to be 2. Yeah, I think.
All right. And then Chaz through the Discords asking Drake May or Herbert Jalen Noel in the 103, Dad. What do you
Herbert
think?
103. I would ultimately come back and try to get Noel taken out of it and make it a second. But I think
like
103 is going to be very valuable this year. So, Snoog, let's get that wheel going. Again, patreon.com/Smash Accept. Code Ethan for Ethan Krager on Twitter. He's part of the Smash Accept research team. Wow, we just got 2 more super chats in before we even get it. So that'll get you 50% off. We are 28 is our record, and we just hit 26. That's insane. Let's hit these while Snoog gets it up.
All right, the unclear ambiguity. Appreciate the buzzer beater here. He's asking a 26 104 and a 27 late first for an early to mid first.
Yeah.
Plus mid. I'm confused. Is there two? Is there two firsts?
It's one early to mid plus one mid. I'm taking the early to mid. I'm taking the early to mid over the 104, and I'm smashing the mid over
the late. Yeah.
So that's a great trade.
Like that one.
I'm taking those.
And then King Tomb to close us out. For the love of the game, we appreciate it, King Tomb. Keep it up, fellas. Competition, not even close.
Dude, I love that. You guys have been fantastic on this show. I mean, it's honestly every single week gets bigger and bigger. We appreciate you guys. And again, Thursday, we're going to be doing that roster review show. Because we hit 26, we're going to give away 3 months of the VIP. And then we're going to give away 1 roster review. So let's do them in order. Let's give away our 3 months here. Again, message us on Twitter, Dynasty Dad FF or at FF Snoog, or message it on YouTube. A lot of you guys have even been creating, Twitter accounts just to do that. So let's hit these VIPs.
Do you think we should spin the wheel first for the review? Because I think a lot of people want that.
Oh, and it'll take them off.
It'll take them off.
Review it up first. Review it.
All right, so we'll get the big splash play going first. We'll get the splash play going first. So best of luck. Make sure you guys tune in.
value. Here it is.
9:30 p.m. this Thursday, February 26th. Dad and I will be breaking down 10 plus rosters on the show. You guys will be able to, jump in there, throw super chats, talk ball with us as we go through it as well. But right now is the chance to get in there. May the best person win. Let's go.
Oh. Bye-bye.
Boubier.
Boubier.
Boubier. You got to let them know how to pronounce your name on that.
Make sure you DM Dad or I on, Twitter or whatever, Discord if you're in there, and just send over your roster, league ID, screenshot and stuff like that. Make sure to touch base with us tonight, but get the next one. All right, let's get
our three VIP. Hey, these are still $20 values. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
It's still a nice consolation prize
juicy,
here.
Yeah, juicy batch.
Main Mac, all right. I thought it was Doof. Doof seems to win all the time. He got the Nico jersey.
He got the Nico. Yeah.
He gets it done. Main Mac, congratulations. 2 more. Ooh, the unclear ambiguity.
The buzzer beater.
Fantastic. He got that one. Yeah, in at the wire. You know what I mean? Like Jordan in his prime, hitting them buzzer beaters.
Last one here.
Last one. Let's make it count. Oh, Nick. He was the one that came in and said it's going to be tough in Smash Accept 7. So, hey, it's a little bit less tough. We'll get you a little bit of extra help in there. Guys, it's been a great show. Again, subscribe to the YouTube page. Check us out on Thursday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Snoog's a little bullish, thinks we're getting 10 of them done. I think we get probably like 6 of them done. We'll try to be like 10-minute segments. But if that's something that interests you, where you're like, I'd love to see my particular trades up there on the board, check us out, hit us up. Again, patreon.com/Smash Accept. Thanks again for tuning in and enjoy the process.